Hi, I'm doing, instead of my daily updates or my daily hairstyle, I'm doing update from Hyde Park in London. So I don't live in London, but today I happened to come here, and since the place that I needed to go to collect some documents is actually near the park, I decided to do the update in here. I wanted to share with you something about nature. So, about 6 years ago, I have experienced very difficult period in my life, which now I feel is probably the best thing that ever happened to me. It was kind of like a mental, nervous, emotional breakdown, and I really felt like all of my world, all of my foundation, everything, like my belief system, everything has been shaken and challenged to the core. And I also felt very weak energetically, physically at that time, and I got ill. I got really ill, and I was ill for 2 weeks. I don't know if it was some sort of virus or something, but it was some sort of like a bad cold or something that you get in springtime sometimes. I think my immune system was completely down. And even though I'm originally from Lithuania, and in there I was not raised in the city, I was living in kind of like a village, and I always had the access to nature, to outdoors, to fields, to forest. I didn't really enjoy that, and I didn't really appreciate it, because lots of times we were kind of like forced to do the summer chores, kind of do the hay, do the garden as children, and I didn't choose that. Therefore I was like, I don't like it, I hate it, I just want to live in the city. But 6 years ago, when this breakdown and crisis happened, after I was ill, there was one clear call, one clear pull that I could feel, which is almost like a voice, not literally like a voice, but almost like a voice that I could hear. It's like, you need to go in the nature. You need to go in the nature. And after I kind of started to recovering a little bit, and I started to feel slightly better, and I could leave the house, no longer had any like a fever, I went out, and at that time I was living in the outskirts, and I actually found a place where people were going for a walk, and I found a tree. And I could just basically, I leaned back to the tree, and I could feel this kind of like a huge energy and support going through in me. So yeah, okay guys, something is happening right now. I was just doing it, and then suddenly I turned around, and what do I see? There is some procession of the horses coming along. Those black things there are people on horses, and a horse was always the animal that I liked. so yeah, okay, that's a good, it looks like some kind of like a I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. So I was talking about these horses. Basically, it looks very impressive. It's so cool. I actually didn't see that coming. It's the household of cavalry mounted regiment. You know what? You only read about these things in the books and you think you're never gonna see them in the real life. And here we go. It's not over yet. Horses are still in force. Actually, the costumes look absolutely beautiful. Wow. Well, I certainly didn't think I'm gonna see this, but you know, they say sometimes it's a matter of the right timing, being at the right place at the right time. I guess you can say that, right? Never seen anything like that in my life. Wonderful. And I also wanted to share with you what I have decided to do after I completed the challenges that I had set for myself. One of them is 100 days of mood diary, and another one was 100 days of good hair days. And yeah, so I think by that time, while doing it every single day, I have developed a habit, and I became comfortable with sharing the things, with talking, when filming myself. For some people, these things come naturally. Not for me. I'm not completely free, and I'm not completely relaxed especially when I started doing it. Filming and sharing videos. But now I feel so much more comfortable. So what it did, it kind of like, it was actually hard. With the hair challenge, was actually hard. And even though it looks like it's maybe trivial thing to do, but it was not really trivial thing to do for me. So it was important, and it was important for me to actually finish this. And now that I have finished, I realized that I actually missed the freedom of not having to do something every day. Like, for example, film it and share the video. And the pressure that people probably would feel who would decide that they have to deliver something for anybody else but themselves. I think that's the huge difference when you decide to do something and to commit to something because you decided that's what you want to do, and your reasons for that is completely different when you feel like you have to meet somebody's expectations and therefore to do the thing that you decided to do. So I decided that now I no longer need to build this muscle of having a habit and training myself to share things with the public. And I feel free enough, I feel relaxed enough, I feel kind of like a normal enough when I speak. And I will now move into the thing that I wanted to do in the first place. And I think my experiences and the videos that I did, the mood diary and the hair diary, it was all to kind of like train myself and to kind of get used to sharing the things that I was feeling and I was thinking and the insights that I got, the challenges that I was facing. Now I no longer need to do that. So therefore it feels like it's a natural end, and it is also a natural beginning of something else. So now that I've done the part, it feels like I went to the stage 1 where I was just kind of getting comfortable talking and sharing. Then I went to stage 2 where I was also doing something, not only sharing but also doing something, and it was some sort of project. And now I feel liberated to the degree that I haven't found a new project yet, or now I feel like I can use the free format to share the things that I feel are important to share. One of the things that I am now going to do more is Q&A format. So from any questions that I get about emotions, psychology, but the questions that I get most is more about the real life situations in relation to some sort of either emotional problems or psychological problems, and I will be answering those questions. I will be sharing my insights and my experience and advice what to do. And also I will be doing a little bit longer video formats on specific themes, like for example anxiety, confidence, self-worth, and webinars, workshops, and things like that. So I don't see any kind of like a limitation or end to this. It's beginning, but honestly at the end of 100 days of good hair days, I was like, I don't want to do anything for some time. I really need to have a break. And I think that shows that towards the end of it, I wasn't any longer kind of doing it because I loved it, but I was doing it to complete it and to keep my promise and to keep my commitment, which I think sometimes is needed anyways. So basically that's what I wanted to share with you, and I wanted to share this walk that I'm taking right now. So hug a tree today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.